At M&M Tomato and Chile Company in California, owner Melquiades Flores sorts through his imported produce, a business that could soon face major changes.
Cualquier tarifa es un impuesto más.
Any tariff is an added tax that impacts all of us, including those who buy a pound, 2 pounds, or 1,000 or 10,000 pounds. It will always impact us because whatever they charge us, we'll pass it on to the consumer.
Produce of Mexico is marked on nearly all boxes of tomatoes and chilies arriving at his warehouse, destined for homes, hotels, and restaurants across the state. President-elect Donald Trump announced last month that his administration would impose a 25% tax on imports from Canada and Mexico, along with additional tariffs on Chinese goods. While these measures aim to address immigration and security issues, economists warn that American consumers will ultimately bear the costs.
You know, it's not just about trade. It's about using trade as a means to accomplish something that this administration would like to see happen, which is to slow the tide of illegal immigration across the border, as well as slow the tide of illicit drugs across the borders.
For industries like footwear, where nearly all of the products are imported, much of it from China, the impact could be dramatic.
They're proposing a 60% tariff on goods coming in from China. The shoes we sell, we're a moderate price brand. Our average men's shoes retail for about $50. So our $50 shoe would likely go to $70 or $75 a pair.
While the incoming administration argues these measures will boost American jobs, business leaders say the math is simple. Higher import costs mean higher consumer prices.
Consumers are paying the tariffs. And when they buy products that are made offshore, they're paying significant tariffs, which are included in the products. The costs are going to be passed on to the consumer, just the way they are today.
Meanwhile, China is calling for dialogue rather than escalation.
相互尊重.
China's position against unilateral tariff increase measures has been consistent. China is willing to strengthen dialogue in coordination with the United States.
For produce importers like Flores, there are no easy solutions. California's growing season lasts just 4 months, making Mexican imports essential year-round. Consumers are wary of the proposed tariffs and their potential impact.
I think if they're implemented the way that we've been told they're going to be implemented, it will have an initial negative effect. I think it's going to make prices go up quite a bit, both for the consumer and also for producers here in the country. The idea is that long-term this should work out, but I do think it's going to cause a lot of difficulties in the short term.
Do you think it will work in the long run?
I don't think so, personally.
For me, you know, yeah, it might increase prices, but I can see possible benefit as well, that maybe it makes a more level playing field. So I have mixed emotions because I know it's going to cost a lot of people a lot of money.
As the debate over the tariffs proposal continues, one thing is clear. The American consumer is closely watching how these policies will end up affecting their bottom line. Nitza, Soledad, Perez, CGTN, Miami.